There are some games where you sit back as the credits roll and just think, damn, I wish I could do that all over again. Today, I'm talking about the 5 games that completely blew me away the first time I played them, and why nothing will ever beat that first playthrough, starting off at number 5. Number 5 is Mad Max. I thought this was just going to be another movie tie-in cash grab like some of the other games out there. But the first time you get into the car combat scene sequence and explosions are going off everywhere, it completely blew my mind. Seeing the vast wasteland for the very first time, you can't replicate that. The open world adventure, the storyline, and all the side quests is amazing. You may not be able to get 100% in that game anymore without downloading a save file, but it is very much worth trying to complete the entirety of the game. Moving on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we've got Metro Exodus. Now, the first 2 games were, well, in a metro tunnels. Taking the series out of dark tunnels and into the open world felt like a massive risk, but it paid off. The game did have a little bit of pushback at the start because it was a linear game where it's open, but it's still kind of linear, but people were they didn't know how to feel about it. But that moment when you first get on the train, the Aurora, and see destroyed Russian landscape is breathtaking. The pure immersion of wiping your gas mask and checking your physical map, you only get that raw first time survival tension once. And the first moment when you get out of the snow, you notice that it was just your city. And when you leave that city, there's so much more to explore. They really did something special with this game. Moving on to number 3. Mafia 2, one of my personal favorite games that I do go back to, but I never have that same experience as the first time. Booting this up and driving through the snowy New York City for the first time is an unmatched atmosphere. You go in thinking, oh, it's just going to be another standard GTA clone, but the story plays out like a legitimate high-tier mob movie. Vito and Joe going through everything basically from the start to, well, you'll just have to play to find out the rest. The ending, you will be shocked, but it is worth every second. The game can feel a bit clunky here and there. It is an older title, but it is one of the most fun games and most atmospheric games you could probably play. Load it up, play as Vito Scaletta, and pay off your father's debts, and get into a whole lot more of your own. Give this one a try, guys. Moving on to number 2. Coming in at number 2, the Portal series. Now, I know this is 2 games, but it is best played together. You don't need to, but it's one of the best game series made, and they are still speedrunning this game to this day. Figuring out how to think with portals, this is the absolute definition of a game you can only truly play once. Figuring out how to think with portals for the first time completely breaks your brain in the absolute best way possible. Once you know the puzzle solutions and you know the story with GLaDOS, you can never unknow them. It would be so fun to be able to experience this game for the first time. So get your girlfriends or one of your family members to play it. It's worth it, and it's really funny to watch them try and figure it out. On to number 1. Coming in at number 1 is Telltale's The Walking Dead. Of course, it's number 1. It's one of the most played games ever. But if you're watching this and trying to figure out what game to play, and you have never played this, make sure you do. You would never expect a simple point and click game to make me care so much about its characters. I have played it multiple times, and I have been emotional many times playing it. Even when you know what's going to happen, and I'm trying not to spoil anything here, but when you know what's going to happen, it still gets you. You know what I mean? Building the bond with all the characters feels real, and it feels amazing. Your choices actually matter in this game, and the ending is something you will never get in another game apart from maybe Red Dead Redemption 2. And I've never played Red Dead Redemption 2. So I've heard that's pretty much the only game that comes close. So if you would like to give it a try, I highly recommend it. And that will be it for this video. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.